Hey, brothers and sisters, what's up? This is the Reluctant Nabi back again. Hey, y'all, I was just really exhausted for a while. All the traveling, trying to get the true brothers and sisters together, and it didn't look too. I mean, man, I don't know what to say about it. It was a bad week trying to deal with us. All right. I'm gonna talk about it during the live show, because USMC Vet had a lot to say about things the way things went, and we were just generally disappointed, especially when we say who we think we are. But in the meantime, one of the other brothers that I get in contact with, it's a brother that found him a nice mamacita in Mexico, sent me this video right here. All right. And well, not the video, but the story. And I'm making a video, obviously, right now, based on this story. But I want you to pay close attention. And when you go into the description box, um, I'm gonna have the YouTube video that y'all need to watch, Crime Watch. All right, and you'll see the link to the video that you'll see featured here, and the news story featured here. All right. So let me greet everybody. Hawarden Hardugudag Ola Oi to the bank. Bosses Los. Bonjour mes amis. Bonjour mes amis. Kedu Bawa ni Konnichiwa. Ni hao ni ama. Sani bonani Jumbo Habayagani. Assalamu alaikum and shalom. All right. This goes out to the simps, manginas. If you are a male in the United States, this is a warning to all men. Messing with a strange Black American female can get you killed. I've been saying this. And if you watch to the end, you will see that they have a license to at least wipe out us Afro males. You're going to see how that's done. All right, stay with me to the end here. All right, I'll try to make this quick. All right, so special thanks to Marvin for sending me this. And y'all need to pay attention to this video, because this is happening all over the place. All right, and I'm gonna get into something else Marvin said, that kind of just, man, it kind of narrows all this down. I'm gonna redact myself because of how he's saying it, but I am going to read it, and you can imagine the words that he uses that I kind of don't. All right. In the meantime, let's get these thumbs up. To help this channel, my PayPal me link will be in the description box under Refuge Temple Nabi. You know what? And even the videos of me showing the work that's being done in Brazil with people that look like us. All right. I got well, there's a popular song in Brazil, so I'll give them this. But it's like everybody is trying to use our videos, or my videos at least, to make a penny off of them, to make a dime off of. I noticed that when my channel gets taken down, my videos with my voice get taken over, and they're on 2 other channels, at least 2 or 3 other channels. My video's intact. All right. So y'all help a brother out this week, if you can. And remember, you always take care of your home and family first, so that, well, you don't need to call us. Because I look out for the brothers. But brothers, we should have our stuff in order first, before we help any cause. Y'all know what I'm trying to do in the community. Physically trying to do. That's why I've been so tired. All right? So that's what you do. If you want to donate, but want to get an understanding, just type in Reluctant Nabi Brazil, Reluctant Nabi Favela, and you'll see what we do. And we don't just do it in Brazil, we do it to a smaller degree in the United States too. All right, so just type that in. All right, so let's get into this. Before I read this off, right, Marvin, he writes to me. He says, common story too. Learned that rule about no good blank black bees selling jobs years ago. And about 99% of the time, they always had some kind of BS, which is I, which is why have repeatedly said black women are the only women that proposition but don't want to really do what they say that they're propositioning. Okay. Um, Dang, I wish I could put the whole thing the way he has it here. I've re- and I'll give you what he means in a minute. If a man gives a Caucasian woman quid pro quo, she's going to try to satisfy him to the max. Same with Mexican, same with Asian, same with Puerto Rican. But a black woman always be ready for some bull as soon as you put anything in her hand. Soon as you put the reward in her hand. I could say that. Soon as you put money in her hand, she always be ready for some BS. All right. In a relationship, the most common excuse of a black woman in the relationship, I got somebody waiting on me, always telling the dude they need to hurry up. Their hip hurt. Um, a lot of these things, a lot of these things. And here's another thing. He goes in how all these black women in the streets have children that they need to go home to, but you see them out in the street all day long. All right. The other thing in a relationship, a black woman is always that time of month. And this is mine right here. This is mine right here. Why is it when you roll up to the hood and it's a black woman you ain't seen in a minute, but it's always their birthday? And I be telling them I'm the same person that never celebrated birthdays when I saw you a while back. And these aren't even black women in relationship with you. They were never your friend. They just seen you around the block, seen you on the hoop court or something. They seen you some time ago, right? And the funny thing is, you remember that every time you see them, it's their birthday. But it's a different time. This happened to me up in Georgia. I used to be stationed up there. Hey, where you been? Yeah, today's my birthday. I'm like, shut up, woman. I know when your birthday is. Because she said that the last time I came up, but I came up at a different time of year. All right. This is the kind of stuff that an Afro man has to go through. All right. The BAW, the BAF, Black American woman or female, is so worthless to us that even when we get a good job and we are successful, we risk death by even wanting to get involved with her. Because the only way to get involved with a black woman, if you're a successful man, is by Backpage. That's what this story is about. A Detroit man was found guilty Monday of murder of a Marine and the human trafficking of a 17-year-old girl. Right? Now, understand this. This dude was probably um, not much older than a 17-year-old girl. This is one of these dudes that the mom couldn't get welfare checks anymore for, so she threw him out in the street. So he had to make his money the best way he knew how. So he getting all kind of trouble. Ooh, all this trouble up his street cred and upped his desirability for these black girls. All right. So if you just read this story right here, and some of you probably was reading this already, you will find that wait a minute, a 17-year-old girl, this dude looked like he ain't much older than her, and he probably wasn't. All right. Notice how they give the age of the girl that she was 16, who is now 17. All right. Called the man to arrange to meet, and Mr. Calhoun, he don't know how old this girl is. All he know is she called the man that they killed and arranged to meet him. So he has no idea how old this girl is. He's just going to meet a woman on Backpage. And she has her house. Right? Now, I mention this because a lot of people in the comment section of the video I'm going to show you, they try to make it, they always try to make a good man that needs some love but ain't getting it from the black woman, ain't going to get it from the black woman. The only time he could get anything from a black woman is going to be temporary or very temporary. It's sad that he even has to go in a Backpage, given how successful he is and hiring black women. Funny how this dude is able to get a girl, and he's able to get a girl to help him kill. He's able to get a girl that will willingly give herself. And let's cut this BS out. This 16, 17-year-old girl. All right, for all these Caucasians and for all these ignorant black people here that's going to have a problem with this. They shouldn't. Because remember the story I gave about the Caucasian man up in Fort Worth who's fighting to get his son back because at 8 years old, that the United States have determined that a child at 8 years old can determine which sex they want to be biologically. But you're saying that a 16-year-old cannot determine who she want her boyfriend to be? She did. And there is nothing you could do about it. I know this because I was raising these type of girls. Y'all remember the story of my nieces. All right. So they got this guy guilty of second-degree murder, human trafficking, right? All right. And they set up these appointments all the time. All right. And the 17-year-old girl was down for it because really her coochie has no value. That's where her mama taught her. Oh, yeah. And her mama black. And the mama that threw the boy out to fend for himself anyway he knew how without education, a father, or anything, his mama black. All right. But understand this. This is even deeper than this. All right. And the story that they're painting here of this guy probably is not what really happened. All right. I'm going to tell you what I think really happened. All right. We're going on the words of a liar that this is over. Well, as you can read the last paragraph, that's not what this was over. And everybody is going to take her word at face value. A woman that helped cover up a murder of a dude shot in the back. All right. And I'm going to tell you what it is over. So, here we go. That's the guy they want you to think it's about, but really, this is what it's about.
The detective realizes the number Doug called was to a pizza joint. Detective McDonald headed over, hoping someone would remember the caller.
We get here, we walk inside, and we go to an employee, and my first question is, hey, do you guys keep good phone records?
Lucky for him, they do.
He knew the order they called in, the day they called it in, the time they called it in, and he goes, and we delivered it.
The phone number now had an address. Crazy Joe's delivered food to a home on Burgess Street.
I mean, this is the needle in the haystack. Now I had a direction to go in my investigation.
But before heading over, Detective McDonald and his partner needed to come up with a story.
I can't tell him there for a homicide.
So when a young woman answered the door, he told her he was searching for a missing person.
We show a random picture of no one significant. And all that was just to make contact with her.
He then showed her the back page number and claimed his missing person had called it before disappearing.
The look on her face was blank.
She said she didn't recognize the number, so he asked her to do him a favor.
I said, can you grab your phone, go through it, type in this number, and see if a contact name pops up. She slammed the door in my face.
After a couple...
She slammed the door in his face. Now, I want y'all to understand something. Watch what happens next. And this is the 17-year-old female he's talking to.
Of minutes, the girl came back and agreed to go down to the police station for questioning.
It was more about just finding out who she was, who she lived with, how long she was living there, because I wanted to establish that she was there in April.
Okay, now, understand this. They were able to establish that she was definitely there in April. Because she's been living with the dude since they were 16. And again, they refused to tell you the age of the dude because they did not prosecute the dude. Understand this. They are not prosecuting the guy for statutory rape. They got him for trafficking, but not statutory rape. Why? Because both of these, he was probably about 20, she was probably about 17, 16. When he was probably about 18, 19, she was 16. Both of these thrown away by their black single moms. Oh, and look, I know y'all said, how do you know? Because in these cases, mostly all the time, these are children raised by black single mom when they're thrown out like this, where the female has to be out there like this. Now, in rare occasions, it's not like that. But we can definitely say that dude that's trying to live on his own at 17, 18, 19 years of age, yeah, he was thrown out by the black single mom. This girl could be a rebellious black girl because that's what they are now. All right? We don't know which one. But if we were betting and the odds are really, really good, like 80% in our favor, in this case, in the 90% in our favor, that these both were raised by a black single mom, I would take those odds. So pay attention. They want you to concentrate on this guy and the other black male, so to speak. But guess who's getting a pass?
Told detectives she'd been living in the house since March with her boyfriend, Trayvon Baskerville.
Now I have enough probable cause to go back to the house with a search warrant.
When they returned, no one was home, but the search warrant allowed cops to go inside anyway. What they found left them stunned.
We find suspected blood on a mattress, a lot of blood. That suggests somebody was bleeding pretty heavily.
During their search, the young lady who lives at the house walks in.
What are you guys doing here? I basically said, hey, listen, we need to talk again. and she voluntarily goes back with me.
After about 7 hours, she admitted that Chef Doug was at the house on the morning of June 1st. She also said he didn't make it out alive.
She tells us, you know, you might want to check into my boyfriend, Trayvon Baskerville.
Notice how she quickly, to save her butt, sells out her boyfriend. Now, notice how she says, check into my boyfriend. In other words, she knows the boyfriend's history and still agreed to live with him. All right, she comes back to the house alone and says, what are you guys doing here in her house? All right, so they can't, trafficking, she's going and coming as she pleases. And she had the nerve to question the police. What are you doing in my house? So how do they get the guy for trafficking only? Right? But that isn't the most effed up thing that gets her to murder all over again. Understand this. She gets to murder again.
Trayvon Baskerville had a couple of felony warrants out for his arrest and was immediately taken into custody.
Immediately taken into custody. While the black woman, the little black woman who is screwing this dude, who loves this dude, who just sold him out to save her butt from a murder, right? Because she's an accessory to the murder. She's been making all this money doing this back page things willingly, going in and out of the house willingly. In other words, nobody was home. He wasn't there. She wasn't there. And she comes back to the house by herself. That means everything is willingly. All right. So we ain't get to the most egregious part of the plan. This insane murder of this good man. Pay attention to this. Watch.
In exchange for immunity, Trayvon's girlfriend agreed to tell them everything. In exchange for immunity, Trayvon's girlfriend agreed to tell them everything.
What's wrong with this story?
In exchange for immunity, Trayvon's girlfriend agreed to tell them everything.
Who gets to go murder again?
In exchange for immunity, Trayvon's girlfriend agreed to tell them everything.
What happened to the two men that end up messing with this girl, this black woman?
In exchange for immunity, Trayvon's girlfriend agreed to tell them everything.
One is taking a dirt nap, and the other one gets to go to jail. Who was actually controlling everything then?
In exchange for immunity, Trayvon's girlfriend agreed to tell them everything.
What was this girl? Trayvon's what?
In exchange for immunity, Trayvon's girlfriend agreed to tell them everything.
In exchange for immunity, they let a murderer go off so that the Caucasian system can destroy utterly and make sure that he is utterly destroyed another male using their bed wench, the black woman. Brothers, this is what's happening to us from messing with the black woman. And it hurts me to say it. It actually hurts me to say it. But when you got only 29% of the black women worth being married to, and you take 4% off of that for those that are with men of other races, so that puts it at only 25% of black women are worthy of marriage. 25%. The rest of them are hemming brothers up, having us killed. Knowingly messing with thugs that they know that they have records. And I said it before. They love them because they got this control. That she said, well, I'm going to be rid of this dude because, okay, this is just too much trouble, too much heat coming my way. So I'm going to get out of it by using that innocent little girl, which she's not innocent. And the state knows she's not innocent because they're giving children the rights to determine their gender at 8 years old. Oh, no, this is some bull. Because the black women are this evil and this egregious because they understand that if they ever got caught up, especially following the lead of a simp thug, this is what they get.
In exchange for immunity, Trayvon's girlfriend agreed to tell them everything.
Yep. They get off scot-free while all the black men around them get destroyed. Brothers, I've been trying to warn you. Now I'm trying to warn any man, period. This is what awaits you. This is their reward.
In exchange for immunity, Trayvon's girlfriend agreed to tell them everything.
And your reward is jail time or death or the loss of your finances or theft. Period. See how easy it is to throw men away in this society? And that's why we need to let all these BAWs hit that wall and hit it hard. With that said, I'm out.